Hello. Right, I am live. I've just got to sort my stuff out, and if you can see me okay, I'm just going to put on my Facebook a moment to see if you can see me. Okay. Just wait for some people to pop on. Be cool. So just want to check that you can see me. I've got on a tripod. I want to know that I'm looking, that you can see me okay. Yes, I'm here, and somebody's joined, so hello to you. And yeah, so I hope you are well and you're having a really nice half term. If it's half term, good morning, Emmanuel. How are you? Hope you're having a good half term. Can you hear me okay? Have I got let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. So it's half term where I am, and we're on the second day, and the weather is really doing us some favours. It's like really rainy here, so we've got a cinema date later, which I'm looking forward to. So it's you can hear me, cool, Emmanuel, cool. So I hope you're well, and I hope you're having a fab half term so far, if it's half term where you are. So today we're going to be talking about getting stuck. And have you ever felt stuck in your business or life? I'm imagining you have, because I have too, and I think when we're out there doing our thing, we can kind of like feel stuck at times. And so today I'm going to be talking about that, about how you can get unstuck. And this comes from something that I've personally been through myself. It was only a few weeks ago that I was feeling stuck. And I was feeling, I think it's like we come back from summer holidays, and because I had such a big event. Hi Catherine, lovely to see you. Because I had such a big event before the summer holidays, massive project with the awards. It was absolutely amazing. It was great. And then it was summer holidays, and I had that injury to my jaw and my neck, which kind of like kept me away from business, and I had to take plenty of self-care and look after myself. Then got back into business and started my life in September, and started to feel stuck. And how I knew that was, how I knew I was feeling stuck, was because I was started to feel drained, started to not enjoy some things in my life, and really, and when you're in it sometimes, it's really hard for you to notice yourself because you're just going with emotions. But I just felt like there were some things in my life that were a battle, and those areas were, and I did this really powerful exercise with my group in September, if you were there, and I did that exercise as well, and that's about aligning your truth and your true self with each area of your life. That's being a mum, that's being a partner, that's being a business owner, and that's aligning yourself with you. And I did that exercise, and I just felt, I feel like I'm still not stepping into my own truth. I feel like I'm still not being who I really are and what I believe in. I was battling with my daughter's school, and I was fighting that, and it was because of the way they carried out stuff, and my daughter wasn't enjoying it. I was really battling with it. I was battling in my relationship with my partner, and I was battling with my business, like the technical side of the business, and launching my online program. So I really had to, I really started to feel drained. I could feel my energy going, and I knew that it was more than self-care that I needed. I knew that I needed to really take a look at my life and where I was, and I'm going to share with you how I went through that process, and I've now come out feeling unstuck, and I'm to the point where I feel so free. I don't know now which way to go, and that's where I am at the moment. But I do know which way to go because I've got a plan. So I want to share with you a few things then, and how I came to that point, and maybe you've got to that point now. If you've got to the point where you're feeling a bit stuck, like how it feels, because things feel heavy. Feels heavy, and you're trying to wade yourself through, like some analogies just come into my head, like treacle, like if you're walking through treacle, and it feels so like tough, and you're going, and you've got this vision of yours in your head and everything you want your life to be, and you're working towards it, but it just feels so heavy. If that resonates with you, if you've felt like that recently, or you're feeling like that, or you're afraid that you're going to feel like that, then put a comment in the box and say, yeah, I feel like that too, and I'm with you, Lucy. So this started happening to me, and I started to feel heavy, really like weight around me. And then because I am very much into self-awareness is powerful, it's magical, it's the first pinnacle of the amazing self-diamond, because when you have that self-awareness, it gives you that chance to make those changes. It's when you're not aware, which is the scary thing. Not scary, but you're not aware, you're just living through it. Oh, hi Jessica, lovely to see you. You're feeling like that at the moment. Great, you're going to love this chat then. So what happened is how it all started is I started to notice stuff in myself, in my behaviour. That's what happened first. So I started to notice that I was going back into the trap of controlling, which I hate, absolutely hate control, because when you're controlling something, it's like you're coming from a place of fear, and I felt like I was doing that. So I was doing that. Oh, and you too, Emmanuel. I was doing that with controlling my daughter's school, controlling what went on with my daughter, controlling my partner in my relationship, and I started to notice that I was doing that, and it's really unhealthy. And so I had to think, why am I doing this? Why am I controlling? And then I started to notice, like I've said before, I was feeling tired, like really, really tired, really, really drained, no energy, and just like so heavy, and just feeling a bit like fed up, I suppose. Like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling fed up. But with the awareness thing, it's like you can go, well, what am I feeling fed up about? So if you're feeling stuck, maybe something is draining you down, and you're feeling fed up about something. So that would be the first question I would ask you. Is there anything in your life right now that you're feeling fed up with, that is draining your energy, that everything, when you go to this place, or when you're around this person, or when you're in this situation, it feels heavy. It feels really heavy. Because I felt that with my daughter's school. Every time I walked into the school gates, it would feel heavy. It would just drain me. It'd be the same battle that I had, and that's what I feel like I was doing, battling. Do you ever feel like that? It's like a battle. It's like you're fighting for it, and I think you shouldn't be battling. You should be striving, not battling. And so I found that's what was happening in my relationship. I was battling against him. Not going to go too much into the personal relationship because it's still raw, and so we want to go into that today, but I will do. But I felt like I was battling with him as well, and controlling him and battling, and it was just making me feel drained and tired. And then with my business, I felt like with my business I wasn't serving to the highest I could be serving. I started to pay attention to myself and think, I am good at what I do. I started to watch my Facebook lives, and I thought, I am brilliant at what I do, and I need to reach higher with that. I need to serve more people with that, and I need to offer a higher end program so I can work more one-to-one with people on that level. So I started to realise that. And I started to realise that the online stuff that I was putting together with, I've got this really expensive CRM online automated program, and that was weighing me down, because it was so complicated. And if you know me, I'm not technical at all, and that was weighing me down as well. So they were the areas that I really noticed I was feeling weighed down in. And so I started to look at that and go, what could change then? And it wasn't until, and this is another tip I'm going to pass on to you now, is what I did is I reached out to people. So I reached out to my closest. So I've got a fabulous soul sister called Jo, and she's my business angel, and she's done work for me, and we have a real special relationship, connection. So I reached out to her and I said to her, Jo, you know me, you know my situation, you know my message, you know where I want to get to, you know what I'm all about, you know my values. What is happening right now? Why do I feel stuck right now? So I want you to go and look at your values. I want you to go and look at your message, your vision, what you believe in, and then put that against any areas that is making you feel like you're not living that. So that's what I did. And she said to me, you've lost your power. That is what she said. And when she said that, I thought, you know what? She's right. It's like I'm losing my power, because like in with the school, like with my daughter, it's complicated because I'm not with her father, and when she's with her dad, the grandma steps in and she's amazing. She's a real power strength of support, and I couldn't do without her. But sometimes I felt like she took the place of me as a mum, if that makes sense. So I really had to think, that's what I'm doing as well. I'm losing my power as a mum for part of the time that Lola's with a dad and a grandma. I'm losing that power. I'm losing my power in my personal relationship, because it's just not going, it's not fulfilling me, it's not giving me what I want, and I'm losing my power in my business because I'm letting systems, online systems, drown me. This vision I have drown me. You know, I need to get back to it, and because I've been unwell in the summer, and you know, sometimes you come away from things and kind of like lose that spark. I thought I need to get back realigned with it and get that power. And you know, what is it that I really want for my business? What is it that I really want for myself? What is it that I really want for my daughter? What kind of mum do I want to be? So this is where that exercise came in before, when I spoke to you just a moment ago, which I did in my group, which was about aligning yourself with who you are. And if anybody wants that exercise, send me a message or ping down in the box if you want the exercise, and I will forward it to you, about aligning with each area of your lives and your truth. I will send that to you. So my gift to you today on this rainy half term will be to have that from me, because it really, really helps to have that self-awareness. So self-awareness is something you need to be asking yourself. And another thing as well is what I did, and what, you know, we do sometimes, is like, when this happens, that will get better. When this happens, I'll feel more free. When that happens, when Lola gets a new teacher, then it will be better. When he goes and does that, then that will be better. When my business launches its online course, then that will be better. And it was always when. And it's not about when, it's about now. It's about what is happening in your life right now that is making you feeling stuck and unhappy and draining your energy. What is it? Because it needs to go, it needs to change, it needs to stop. And that's what I said to myself, you know, what is it in this moment? And I'll tell you what happened is, it's great to surround yourself with people who will tell you the truth. It's really great to surround yourself with people who are not afraid to challenge you and to notice where you may be losing yourself a bit, because that's what happened to me. So I had two people. One was my website guy, and if you were on the call, I think I might have said this on the live call either the week before last, about, he said about, you know, what is it, your real message? What is it that you really are doing, Lucy? Because I'm a bit confused. And I was like, what? And I started to take that a bit, okay, but actually I had that awareness, and I thought, he's saying that to me for a reason, and I'm really grateful actually that we've got this relationship. You know, he works for me, he's my website guy, and he is not afraid to challenge me about exactly what I'm doing. And he did, to the point where I was in tears. So because he challenged me to the point where, you know, and that's when you know, don't you? That is when you know, actually, because you feel it here and you feel it in here, and then that emotion comes out, and that's what happened. And I was like, that is my real message with my business. So that is when I got to that stage. And then the father of my daughter, we've got a really special, close relationship still, which is really, really nice. My daughter, and he's more like a brother to me, to be honest. And he said to me, and he's not afraid to say how it is. I think that's one of the reasons that drove us apart in the first place, but that's another story. But yeah, he's not afraid, and I feel grateful actually that we have that relationship still, where we can look out for each other. And he said, Lucy, I've noticed that you've lost your spark a bit, you're feeling drained, you know. And he got me in tears then. And I just said it out once. I went, the thing is, you know, Lola's school drains me, my relationship's draining me, and I want to expand with my business. I want to get, expand further and start a group in London and just expand further and reach higher and do my one-to-one work and really develop amazing. I said, and that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. And I started to cry. I thought, that is the truth. So really surround yourself with amazing people who will say that, who will. Yeah, I do. Well, yeah, Catherine, it's lovely. So really surround yourself with those people, those powerhouses. Because I said, when was it? I said last week, wasn't it, on Accountability Friday, that I wouldn't have been able to get through last week if I didn't have the people and their strength around me. Because if I didn't have them, I probably would have lost mine. So it's really important that you have people in your first class carriage that are your power of strength and not afraid to say what is going on, Lucy, to really look out for you. I think that's really, really, really important. So then what I did then is, as soon as I realised about my message, about getting my message clear, what was it that my amazing is all about? Because it is a big, my amazing is just a little bit of the pie with why I do this. I do this business because, on a real personal, heartfelt level of my own personal experience as a child, as a mum, and it was much more than what I was putting out there. It's about families. That's what it's about at the end of the day, and mums are the pinnacle of the family. So it's about working with mums and then working as a whole to be those parent leaders, as I've spoke before in my last message, to our children, and be that inspiration and to cut the rubbish that filters down at this point and show our children what life is really, really about, and to live our truth so they can live theirs. And that's what my message was all about. So what I did is, you've got to take massive action after that. So when you know where you're feeling stuck, when you have that awareness, you then need to take massive action. And sometimes it's courageous action, and that is what I spoke about in the group before, was taking that courageous action. And that's what I did. So literally the next week, I booked on a course up in London, and I went on this branding Master Your Message workshop, which was really, really great. I went up and saw my soul sister in Stevenage and spent some time with her, and just took that massive action. I came back, I went into a load of school and said I wasn't happy about a certain thing, took her out, homeschooled her for a week, and really stood in my power at school and said, you know what, don't, because they were trying to emotionally blackmail me with saying that it was going to be unauthorised absence, and I said, that's not, I'm not going to have that, it's my choice at the end of the day as a parent. And I really stood back in my power, and I went to my relationship and I said, I'm not happy, with us, it's draining me, this is draining us, and I really took control. And it was courageous, and it was hard. I did cry with her, but of course you're going to, aren't you? I'm only human. But it was a release as well, because I just felt so unstuck then, and felt free, and just thought, you know what, it's all in us to do this. It's all in your power to get unstuck, basically, because deep down what's draining you. You know that. You know what's draining you. Think about it now. What is it that's draining you in your life at the moment? And another thing that I do is journal. So I journal a hell of a lot. This is my journal in here. And I just think journaling is such a powerful tool as well, because a lot comes out of, thanks Catherine, out of journaling, loads. So what happened is, how this all started was a few weeks ago. Somebody, a friend on Facebook, she does a lot of soul work, and she said, is anybody feeling stuck? Jump on a Zoom call. So I did, because I felt stuck at that point. And she said to me, it's like you've got all this weight on your shoulders, it's like your heart's closed. And after I got off the call, I did about 5 pages of journaling, just to process everything, because so much comes out when you're journaling. You would not believe what has come out these last few weeks with my journaling and everything, what kind of, where I am now, where I want to be, why I feel like I can't move forward. It's like your own, not counsellor, but it's like your own here. I don't know. It's just you just process stuff in your journal. A lot of stuff comes out from journaling. Do you journal at the moment? Because if you do, it's amazing, isn't it? And if you don't, I highly recommend that you do journal. Last week was quite a challenging week for me, and with all these changes that I've made, because once you've made those changes, once you've stood in your power, you then go through with it, and you know it can be difficult. That's why, not difficult, but it can be hard, and that's, I think, why a lot of us like to keep safe and not stay in our power, because it can be hard, and you've got to have that strength. And last week I had to have strength because I was making all those changes to get myself unstuck, and this journal was amazing for me when I was on it. Every little step I was taking last week, I'd take my journal with me and write in it and write in it and write in it, and yeah, I wouldn't have got through it the way that I did if I didn't journal. So that's another tip. So what I want to ask you now is, what are you unhappy about today, and what changes can you make? So what changes can you make in your life today? And you know, even if it's a tiny little action. So for me, you know, when it was about my message, but you know, I'm not sure that I've got my message out there clear enough. I'm not sure that I think that's stopping me from growing, because, you know, I want to have groups all over the UK, but something was keeping me back. And I think it was because, you know, I had this bigger picture and this bigger message, and I was trying to nail down what it was. So I put myself on that course in London. Didn't know who was going to have my daughter. It was my week to have my daughter. Didn't know where I was going to stay. Didn't know how I was going to get up there. Didn't know anything. Just thought, all I knew was I had to get my message crafted. I had to, because I needed to move this business and message of mine further and get unstuck with it. So that's what I do. I love Richard Branson's quote that he says, you know, if you're faced with an opportunity, then say yes, and then work out how you're going to do it later. And that's what I did. So with London, I just booked it. They said, yeah, I'm going on this course, and they wanted me to help out as well. The people at the course wanted me to help out, so I said, yeah, help out. And I thought, right, now I've got to find childcare, and Lola's dad was away as well, so I was like, right, how am I going to do this? But I did it. I made it happen because it was so important to me at that time. So yeah, talking about journaling, so let's just go back to the comments a minute. Gemma, you should try. Yeah, because Gemma, it stops you from exploding because you put it in here. You've offloaded it, so it's out of you. It's in here. You've processed it. You know, I write pages. You know, like pages and pages, because it just gets it out of you. Because think about, like, if I keep all that stuff in there, kept inside of me, you're going to explode, because you're storing it, and it's in there. You've got all this stuff in your head and in your heart and everywhere, and you're just going to go, and it is going to explode. You just need one person, one point to push you over the edge, and then you will explode. So journaling is such a good way, and it helps you process, because I thought, give you an example, sometimes we think we want to do something, and maybe we just go ahead with it, but maybe it's not the thing that we wanted to do. Maybe we thought the grass was greener on the other side. You know, I thought I wanted to live by the beach. So I went to look at some houses by the beach, and I realised that I actually didn't want to live there. It was too quiet, and this journal helped me to process that. So I sat in the cafe down in this little town in Devon by the beach, and I wrote in my journal, you know, what is it, and I just processed it and come out, actually I don't want to live by the beach. I don't want to. I'm more better in a town. I just like the beach, and I worked out that I like the beach for that, somewhere to escape to, and that was why I liked the beach. Not that I could live there, because it was just so quiet, and I liked very upbeat, full of energy, and I like the energy. So that came through my journaling, basically. That all came through my journaling. And then, like, a couple of weeks ago, you know, I did make some courageous decisions, and my head was spinning. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Did my journaling, wrote it all in here, and stuff comes out. It's like my own little coaching session in my journal. So I'd really recommend to you that you go and buy a journal. So Gemma, go and buy a journal. Jess, go and buy a new notebook. Yes, definitely, Jessica. And they help you. Yeah, grateful, yes. Just going to read some of the comments now. Journal. Right, okay, I'm going to set as a task, right? Go and buy yourself a journal. Oh, and make sure it's a nice one like this. And I've got a nice one with hearts on. My friend got me this. And yeah, it's a really nice one from Paperchase. And go and buy yourself a nice journal. And, you know, don't buy like just a notebook, like Tesco's own notebook or something. And there's other brands, obviously. Go and make it special. Go and invest in a nice journal. And spend some time writing in it. And write about, you know, where you are now. And gratitude is a really... good thing to do as well, to be really grateful, because sometimes we can lose sight of that, can't we, about what we've got in our life right now. And that was another thing that I did, you know, I was so grateful. Keep it away from Isla, Gemma. This doesn't go anywhere near Lola, because she's done that before, actually. Lola has wrote in here. Gemma, you just reminded me she did write in here. So yeah, you've got to yeah, keep it out of sight. But what was I going to say? What I was going to say now. Oh yeah, and then be really grateful. That was another thing. Be really grateful for what you have in your life right now. And I was really grateful. You know, it really like shocked me. Like, you know, I wasn't being the best mum I could be. I wasn't, and I just thought, you know what, my daughter is a miracle to me. You know, if anybody knows my story, they know that I had fertility treatment with her, and she's my miracle. But I think they're all miracles, whether you've been through that or not. You know, to have that gift brought to you, miracle. I had to be really grateful, going, you know what, you know, I've got my daughter, you know, she was sent to me, you know, I've got her, I'm just be really grateful for her, be grateful for the people that were around me. And then I was so grateful for my amazing business and my members. You know, I had a really amazing group with them last month. It was about shining your light brighter. And yeah, and that was amazing, and I was so like grateful for the members and the new members, and just really grateful for what I'd achieved in my business already as well. So that's another thing to do, is practice gratitude in your book. So yeah, and I wonder if there's anything else. I did write some tips in case I've forgotten last night when I was in my flow. So oh yes. It's about, yeah, I think I've covered everything actually. It's just come at me. It must have been in me. It must have been me. Anyway, it's getting to 10:30, so we've done half an hour. Has anybody got any questions before I go or want to make any comments? I'm just going to sip of my coffee. Got some really nice coffee beans. They're really lovely. Before I go. But another thing that I would say to you as well is I started getting caught up in people's drama as well, and that can drag you down. And that's what I ended up doing in my relationship, is getting caught up in his drama. And that can really weigh you down, because you're going through your stuff. You don't want anybody else's stuff on you as well. So that was another tip I had there, is to move yourself from drama. It's their stuff, not yours. And be supportive. I've got face up to your truth. You know, really face up to who you really are and what you really want, and really face up to that, and really be aware if there is something stopping you from getting that. Whether, you know, and usually it's an internal thing. Usually there's an internal thing that maybe something's happened to us in the past or something like that, where which is stopping you. Because sometimes we think it's something else, but actually it's inside. Like I used to always think, oh, I need to be in a big, you know, I need to be in a bigger city, blah, 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 blah. I need to be up there. I could do my business from anywhere, to be quite honest with you. So that was an excuse. Really, I had a thing with getting more visible and getting more out there. So, you know, been doing a lot of work on that again with the journal, you know, and look at how good you are. You know, you are enough. You are definitely enough. You are amazing. You do an absolutely amazing thing. You know, really love what you do. And that's, you know, something that I started to realise. You know, I became obsessed with my Facebook lives. Oh my gosh, sound like a nut. Sound like a mad one, don't I? But I did. I started to look back on my Facebook lives, and I started to really take in the breakthroughs my clients were getting. You know, on the last group, there's quite a few breakthroughs. I started thinking, you know, what I do is really good. You know, I am a good coach. I have created a great space for mums, you know, so really be proud of what you're doing, and really really give yourself that praise as well. And that's another thing you can do in your journal is write down your achievements. You know, what have you achieved every day? You know, look at what you have done. Don't think about what you haven't done as well. So what I would say to you, my closing message to you before we go back out in this half-term day, my daughter is being looked after at the moment by a mermaids program that she absolutely loves. So that's where she is at the moment, but we're going to go cinema. And before we do, I'm going to leave you with this message. If anything is draining your energy right now, if you're feeling really stuck and feeling really drained, have a look at what it is and really have that self-awareness and be true with yourself. What is happening? Really be true, no matter how hard it may seem or how hard it may feel, to really be true to yourself and feel, is this where I want to be? Is this what I want my life to be like? Is this what I want people in, the people in my life to be in there, or is there something else? And that's what I did. And spread your wings and fly and get unstuck. And I'll be very interested to hear of any unstuck goals. So if you can think of something now, like with me, it was the Mastermind Message, wasn't it? So what I did is I booked that course to London and went. And now my message is mastered. I've got the title of my book. I've got the chapters, and it's all very, very exciting. So what can you do to take that action now? Just a little action now. It doesn't take long. I literally went on my computer, sent an email to I know the lady who runs the business, who owns the branding business, sent her a message and said, Sammy, I want to come in your workshop. When's the next one? I want to get back on the course. When is it? And that's what I did. And she came back to me. As simple as that. That's all it was, is that little action. Or go and buy yourself a journal and write your first entry. Even if it's just a couple of lines, go and do it. So what can you do now to take action, to stand in your power and own that as well? So yeah, that's all for this morning. I hope that's been really useful to you. Please comment in the group on how you're getting on with your unstuck goals. We call them getting unstuck goals. What is it that you need to do to get unstuck? And really take a note of, yes, Gemma, we did, didn't we? I can help you with that if you want, but yeah, up to you. You're welcome, Emmanuel. So yeah, share in the group your unstuck goals, and let's get back in our flow again. We don't need this weight upon us. No, we don't. And look what's draining your energy. And I'm going to leave you to enjoy the rest of your half term. I'll see you more in the group. And bye for now. Bye.